Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is healing from the toxicity of comparison and comparing ourselves to others, especially when we're dealing with people who are very competitive and either somehow showing off or talking about something to indirectly make us feel like we're performing less than either they are or the person they're talking about. And we're also comparisons to income and earnings are projected somehow, even if it's not directly said in a way that people are directly compared, but when they talk about something and let's say you know that you're making much less than what they're talking about, even though you're putting in about the same amount of hours, then it tends to lower our spirit if we're not fully and completely strong and grounded within ourselves. And when we forget that maybe there's a different reason behind it. So, I mean, one reason obviously is when we don't have really good, strong boundaries and we take on other people's projections of lack, but also like not having freed ourselves from that ourselves. But also there can be other reasons, like for example, in my case, the job that I'm doing right now, I consider quite ideal for the healing process because I can choose what to accept and what not to accept, and I can take breaks pretty much when I want to. And let's say if energetically something is going on, then I might take a break and deal with that. Like I've done a few times with videos where, let's say, I broke bottles or something outdoors and you saw that. Then also, for example, pausing the availability of like new orders when in an area where there's a lot of traffic that I would consider stressful, or in an area where I know I would get most likely get pulled into a certain store or restaurant where either the wait times are extremely long or the atmosphere is quite aggressive and hostile and toxic. So I don't want to expose myself to that unnecessarily unless I was really, really desperate for any pay I can get. But I usually pause it in certain areas. So with that in mind, I couldn't and shouldn't really compare myself to anyone else who is not working in that same way, right? If people are really just trying to get the maximum earnings and that's their goal and they don't care how stressful their workday is going to be and they're not going through the emotional healing while working and not focused on affirmations and listening to certain things to keep a certain mindset, then that is not comparable, right? So yeah, we have to basically let go of this comparison that can put us in a triggered state. Like, for example, that's what happened today, like what I described earlier. And after that situation, even though I was arguing against the person who made me feel that way, and his stories are always completely outrageous and over the top and unrealistic. And I feel like his intention really is to stir people up and pull them into his negativity. And everything is completely exaggerated. So with that being said, afterwards, I still found myself getting angry and anger is really a reaction to triggered unhealed trauma, right? So, yeah, that was definitely still being triggered, like feeling myself, like feeling that I was being compared to others or forced into a situation where I was comparing myself to others and feeling less than, right? Again, in a situation where it is not comparable because these people are completely 3D and not going through a healing and ascension process as I am or as you are. So anyway, with that being said, sorry, I was processing it for a while. I have milk thistle here, and there are different thistles that you can find all over, but they all have these thorns in common. And I wasn't even sure that if this was a milk thistle or a common thistle for a long time, but I just saw a video where this part, the flower part, was shown very clearly, and they talked about milk thistle, and then I double checked online and they showed the same images. So this is actually a milk thistle, and milk thistle, you can buy milk thistle capsules and all sorts of supplements in the health food store, and also like now in regular not pharmacy departments, but like in the drugstore, right? Because it's very detoxifying. And I had run out of the dried ones that I had from before, so I took some of the bottom leaves and prepared the tea already. And you can see this mug always like changes color here when it's hot. I mean, at this point it's just warm, perfect for drinking. So we're gonna do that. And then another thing that I was guided to yesterday and last night, I actually did a fire ceremony, and I thought it was recording, and at some point it stopped and the screen went completely black. And it showed me 0% charged. So the battery was supposedly dead. When it got back to the car, it was right away at 16% again. But it had stopped recording when I said that we shall rise. And the entire recording was not on my phone after I was back, after I had let the phone charge a little more and I checked. So there's definitely still stuff going on where there's still energy drains, there's still interferences from those dark energies in our lives. So we definitely need more. But anyhow, sorry, to come back to my point is I had found a large piece of wood where basically there were two parts at one end, like two branches that were merged at the end, right? Or, I mean, obviously it was like this, but it felt like that had to be like the front for the ceremony and the healing part. So what came to me, and I was also guided to throughout the day, was bindings, soul bindings. And different from a soul bond where two souls are really bonded together, soul bindings meant or mean that each of the two souls involved split off a part of their soul and basically gave it to the other person, and like they both did that. So it was like they were both whole, but they took on part of the other person, right? And the way that the definition was that I found online, that was done in a spiritual ceremony, done consciously by two people who wanted to do that. However, I was guided to for my own life, that with my twin flame soulmate in the past, that happened even though we didn't consciously do that, but we were so connected. And it's like, I took on part of him in a sense, and he took on part of me. So it's like we took on characteristics and other aspects of the other person, right? So it's for situations like that where we need to be separated from that person again, and the what I'm going to call soul fragments now, right? The parts that we took on from the other person and that they took on from us shall be returned to each person. Now, I felt guided to use 5 of these chopsticks, because many of us have several people like that, or had several people like that in our lives. So this could be an ex-husband, but it could also be close family members, that, kind of have a part of us and we have a part of them in a sense. So I will also break those apart so that, we can all be complete and whole again and be fully ourselves again, right? Okay, so my apologies for the long intro, but sometimes when I process stuff, I talk a little longer as well. But at the same time, I hope it was all very clear, and it also helps you on your healing journey, because we're all going through similar things, and sometimes until we're shown certain things, we may not fully understand some aspects of them. So anyhow, and by the way, if any of you feel inclined to also pick milk thistle, or you can also pick common thistle, it's just not quite as strong as milk thistle, but it still has the same healing effects. But the root is also very good, right? So this one actually luckily came out very easily, but if you can't get it out, don't worry. The leaves are great for tea. I don't remember 100% if the flower parts are used for tea as well. You can research that. But I definitely know the roots and leaves are. Okay, enough being said. Let's smudge and then call in our divine team and get this started. Oh, and before I forget, so as you're watching, if this resonates with you, please do like, share, and subscribe if you want to help support my channel. There's also a PayPal link down below if you feel like you want to help more. And the Facebook page with the name Alamatic Shaman, where like by the end of the summer, I want to get a monthly group going where we can also interact a little bit differently and better, hopefully. Well, better in the sense of like everyone can interact with each other, right? Okay, anyway, so let's smudge and get properly started. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence and return it to the universe for reintegration and help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity as well as that all around us. And through that, help us be in oneness with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Oh yeah, that felt like good energy moving around. Okay. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light. So yeah, the ancestors need that healing too. I mean, they're in the light, but sorry, it's for the ancestral lineages. Thank you. Correction. Um, Dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. All right. Oh, let us take a moment to give thanks for all the blessings that we have in our lives, all the blessings big and small. So that could be our health, that could be special people in our lives, our job, our home, wonderful summer weather, just beautiful interactions, having some unexpected support come to you from an unexpected source, and anything else that you might have experienced, especially today, but also it could have been over the last little while, or it could be something in general where every day we're grateful just for being alive, for being in this body at this time, and being a part of the Ascending Collective. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Oh, and I also want to give special thanks to the Great Spirit of the Milk Thistle for basically being right in front of me today, for making it clear that we needed to detox some more, that a lot of that stuff that is coming at us now energetically is really stuff that's coming up in us, that is unhealed trauma that we now need to face and heal from and release. So yeah, and what's coming to me is like, it's important that we also drink tea from the root, which I don't have prepared here right now, but I will drink it over the next few days. So thank you. Thank you for giving yourself to us as medicine. Let this milk thistle tea be blessed, and Great Spirit of the water as well. That is a part of this medicine. Thank you both for helping us heal from this toxicity, from these toxic patterns of comparison, from these toxic patterns of not feeling good enough, not being enough, not doing enough, not performing enough. Help us heal from this and help us fully and completely step into our own divinity and recognize our self-worth. Help us recognize how immensely divine we are, and how we do not have to compare ourselves to anyone or anything, and especially not those dark, unhealed ones that keep trying to get under our skin, that keep trying to trigger us, that are very much in the devil energies themselves, because they are still in so much darkness and so lost and so on a negative downward spiral that they cannot understand that we're all divine, that we're all beautiful divine beings, And we're exactly as we are and as we are meant to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is good. I may not finish the entire cup during the ceremony, but I will definitely finish it tonight. But let me drink a little bit more now. Okay, I think I drank between half and almost 2/3, maybe a good half, maybe a little more. Okay, now roughly a third is left, but I feel like this is good enough for now. I will finish the rest after the ceremony. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this medicine. Let all this need for comparison and this low self-worth and self-esteem that was projected onto us, that was shoved down our throat, that was right in our face all the time to make us feel like we're not enough of whatever. Let all of that be healed and transmuted into pure divine essence and returned to the universe for reintegration, and at the same time let those energies also, return to us fully healed to be reintegrated as a healed and completed lesson. Let us no longer be triggered by those dark ones who are trying to get under our skin. Help us stay calm and strong, centered and grounded within our own inner divinity, and help us see the desperate cry for help that is coming out of this lost sense of separation of those dark, unhealed ones. Help us see them for who they really are and the soul that is behind all of that. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. And as part of this healing, as part of being whole again, being in oneness with all of creation, being in oneness with our own inner divinity and that all around us, let our soul be fully separated from souls that we were bound to previously through soul bindings. Oh, that felt good. Whoa. Whew. Let us all be free from those soul bindings. Oh, that felt good. And let all of our lost or given away soul fragments be returned to us, and all of their soul fragments returned to them. Let everyone involved in these soul bindings receive their soul fragments, their split off soul aspects back. And let the music within us return again. The music meaning the joy for life, the happiness, the innocence, the childlike wonder and way of looking at the world with pure bliss. Ooh. Let the fire be reignited again in our soul. Whew. And let that fire go into our medicine. Let us absorb this beautiful medicine. Oh, I gotta drink that now. Oh. Pretty much just a tiny bit left. Okay, that's it. Whew. All done. Oh, that was wonderful. Whew. And let inner peace, love, and harmony return to us. Let us all be whole again. Let us return to the state of oneness. Oh, and so it is. Let healing spread all across all aspects of our being, throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime and moving forward. And of course, let that be applied physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, and karmically, and in any and all other aspects that we may not even be aware of. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, everyone. If you'd like to stay in these energies a bit longer, please pause the video. For the rest of us, let the ceremony now be finished, and let us give massive amounts of love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings to our divine team. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Ooh, there was another energy shiver. Whew. Thank you. Let the ceremony now be finished. Please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us massively and strongly safe, shielded, and protected by a 12D shield of golden light with the divine seal of protection. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of the ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May truth and integrity always be with you. Bye.